Hey, what is up, guys? It is Harrison Barron, the Millennial Entrepreneur. Now, in this video, I want to share with you something that blew my mind once I learned it and did a total 180 with my sales once I learned how to sell correctly. Now, I do have quite a bit of experience in sales and things like that. I've been through several different formal trainings as far as sales and things like that. And in my last role or last career, I was doing sales all day, every day. So I would like to say I do have a good amount of knowledge around it. But look, there's still great people out there that are doing sales. I'm nowhere near the best. But one thing I will say that I learned that made a drastic shift in my ability to not only sell, but close people and clients, it was one major thing. And I need to share that with you because honestly, I was on a call this morning and it blew my mind that they didn't know this. And I really thought to myself, wow, I wonder how many other people don't actually know this. So the question is, why do people buy from you, or what are you actually selling? Now, in this specific case, it happened to be an IT company. We deal with them at my agency quite a bit. But the question was, well, what do you actually sell, and how do you actually sell it, right? So we went around the room, and this is something I've done actually in my previous career in IT sales, and listening to other people in the room, oh, I sell solar, I help sell energy efficiency, or I sell, reduction in your electric bills, or I sell, security services, or I sell, support services that help keep your business running, right? And all of these really good sales pitches. But at the end of the day, what they were missing was what they're actually selling. And I think that's what makes the difference between a good salesperson and a great salesperson. And the moment I started shifting my mentality into more of a, what are you really selling? Not just what are you selling, right? Because when I used to sell it, it'd be like, oh, well, I sell managed services and I sell security and I sell cameras and I sell door access and all of these different jargon and things like that. The client doesn't actually care. Right? And typically who I'm actually speaking to in that old role was the CEO of the company, right? But what I did sell and what took me a long time to learn was none of that actually matters, right? The owner of the company could care less about all that. Yeah, it's important, but what you're actually selling, and in this case, right, I was selling those services to people, I wasn't selling productivity. I wasn't selling, you can know who's going to be in your building. What I was selling was, I was selling peace of mind. And I was selling the fact that, hey, when you're home with your loved ones, you know that nothing bad is going to happen to your business when you're not around that you can't control. And you're selling peace of mind to that business owner to say, hey, you know what? You're going to be okay, today and tomorrow. And if something does happen, we have the system in place that we can make sure that we can have you up and running in literally a couple hours, right? With a backup and things like that. So in my world, I wasn't selling, I was selling security, but what I was really selling was peace of mind. And now this is going to vary drastically company to company. And what's really going to take some time is you thinking about what are you actually selling to people, right? So if you're selling an online course, you're selling the online course. Right? I teach a LinkedIn course, right? And I'm going to be teaching other things like a podcasting course. But that's not really what I'm selling. If you really think about it, what I'm actually selling is the ability or the encouragement for you to get up and show, hey, not only is this how you do it, but this is the process that I use to help you successful, and you could do it too. And here's my step-by-step process. No veil hiding anything or anything like that. And I'm selling you the recipe for an easier life or easier sales. That's really what I'm selling, right? It's not a LinkedIn course. You can sell any course and make money on it. But that's really what I'm selling, right? And what a lot of companies don't realize is they get on the phone and they're so focused on selling their product and not focused on selling the solution or what really is the benefit. Not just a benefit oh, hey, if you're selling solar, right? Oh, you're going to save money on your homes, right? Well, in the event of this, or hey, this is how solar is going to impact you. And really what you're selling is something totally different to the owner or the owner of that house or anything like that, right? You have to go a step lower and a step deeper, right? That is essentially what you're selling. So in the case of IT services, and I just happen to use IT services because that's the world I came from, or even SEO services, right? I'm selling SEO services, but I'm removing or I'm selling the thought of, hey, you no longer need to worry about where your next leads are going to come from, right? Let us do our thing in my agency and we'll bring you the leads. Just give us a little bit of time here, but you never have to worry about stressing and worrying and getting frustrated about, hey, am I going to get more leads? No, we're going to take care of that for you. What we're selling is, hey, we're going to remove that fear of knowing whether or not you're going to get another lead. Right? That's what we're selling. We're not selling, we're selling SEO services and things like that, but you have to think about it in your agency or whatever business you are in. Right? What are you actually selling to people? Right? You're selling a product, but what does that product really accomplish on a deeper level with those people? And when you can really answer that question, right, that is when you're going to have a massive uptick in sales. And not only sales, but deals closed. And if you get really good at this, you can go back to lost deals and start calling those people up and saying, hey, I know it sounds crazy, but I think it might be worth us having another call, and go at it from a totally different approach. Make them feel the impact that you actually have on companies. That's the best part, right? You're not giving them BS. You're not giving them garbage. You're just making them feel the impact that you would have given them had they purchased the products and services. And when you can sell and you can deliver this emotional exchange with somebody, you're going to have a huge you're going to feel so much better, because that person's going to feel so much better. You're going to remove almost all doubts, all buyer remorse, and ultimately those people, once they buy from you and they actually feel the love and tender love and care that you're going to give to them, right? Because that's what you're providing, right? You can then go to them at the end of your transaction, whether that's, a couple days or a couple weeks or a couple months, or if you're an IT company, right? Say, hey, you know what? Now that we've kind of gotten everything in place and you're really secure, like if God forbid anything happens, we have all this stuff set in place, like go home tonight, and I know this might sound crazy, but go get a good night's sleep, right? Go out to dinner, go get a good night's sleep. And heck, if you really want to spoil them, give them a $50 or $100 gift card to a nice restaurant and say, hey, by the way, dinner's on me tonight. I want you to just have a great time. Go out. And then tomorrow, call them up and say, hey man, how was everything? How'd you sleep last night? Knowing that nothing bad was going to happen to your business. Your business is totally secure. Here's we gave you a $50 or $100 gift card. How was dinner last night? And then at the end of it, you could be like, hey, by the way, now that you feel this whole new euphoric feeling, because you're not worrying about data, you're not worrying about a system going down, you're not worrying about your employees being productive, right? Now you can go in and say, hey, by the way, is there any other people that we might be able to help? We would love to help them. And I could almost guarantee, can't guarantee, but I could almost guarantee that person's going to be like, oh my God, yes, right? You made them feel so good. You treated them. You told them what they wanted to hear, that nothing bad was going to happen, because you delivered on that promise. And now at the end of the day, you're going to go to bed, right? You watching this, right? You're going to go to bed knowing like, hey, you just did a great thing. You just helped somebody tremendously in life, or removed a massive amount of stress. And that person's going to feel so good. And by you asking for a referral, that's going to get you more leads, right? And if you go in the same way that you went in with that person, treated them like royalty, and really sold them based on what they really want, not, the services that you want to sell them, and down to an emotional level, you are going to drastically outpace and just dominate the competition, because that's really what you're doing, right? It's so much more than just numbers and numbers and numbers, but that's how you're going to build a really long-lasting relationship with somebody and a really sustainable business where your clients become raving fans and not just clients, because that's ultimately really what you want to do, right? So I hope this video helps. I hope that this had an impact on you, because I thought this was, this is stuff that I think about every day, and I'm like, I went through this. This is something that had a major transformation on me and what we do at our agency, and myself just delivering services, right? But now it's just going to get so much better, so much better, so much better. And you're just going to have a new sense of confidence at the end of this whole thing. So I challenge you to try it. And if you do, or you need help or anything like that, leave a comment down below. I would love to either help you, point you in the right direction, or maybe just challenge you to go maybe one step deeper. And I'll be the first one to admit, I'm constantly working on this, right? To go one step deeper. I'm trying to still figure out my mission on how I help people and have an impact on people. And I'm kind of starting to get it dialed in. And then of course I send it out to a friend of mine. He's like, dude, go deeper. Go deeper. Like, that's great. Like, this is the most accurate you've ever been. Go one step deeper, right? How does it hit you in your chest, in your soul, where, at the end of the day, you're doing the right thing for you. You're doing the right thing for your client. And ultimately, both of those positive interactions have a multiplier effect on just your day-to-day and your success in business. So I know this was kind of a stranger video, but I just couldn't believe that most people don't actually sell the emotional side of it. They sell the products and solutions. Don't sell that. Sell the value of what they're really getting at the end of the day, and you're going to have a massive success and shift in business growth. So like I said, I hope this video helps. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, that little notification bell. I'll see you guys in the next video. Till then, bye.